Hello students, I am Ishan Trivedi. Welcome you all in this video lecture series. Today I am going to discuss about multiple linear regression analysis and the category analysis. In this session, I am going to cover multiple linear regression analysis, which is part of zonal regression analysis. In that, I will discuss about the brief of that regression analysis, then assumptions, limitations, and equations which are used for the two independent variables. And next theory is of category analysis. In that, I will briefly introduce the what is category analysis and then assumptions and the equation for category analysis, and at last the advantages and disadvantages of category analysis. So first, let us understand the multiple linear regression analysis. It is well-known statistical techniques for fitting the mathematical relationship between the dependent variable and the independent variables. This technique has been exploited fruitfully in a number of transportation planning studies which are carried out till date. In the case of tree generation equation, there are dependent and independent variable. Dependent variable is the number of trips and the independent variables are various measurable factors which are influencing to trip generation, like total population, number of household, family size, and car ownership. So if I'm talking about the general form of the equation, it is yp is equal to a1x1 plus a2x2 plus up to an n number of variables plus u, where yp is the number of trips which are generated for the purpose p. Then a1, a2 up to an are the independent variable, whereas x1, x2 up to xn are the dependent variable. Here u term is the disturbance term which are used for the adjustment. Now if you see the equation, it is developed from the present day data pertaining to independent variables and the dependent variable. Using some statistical techniques or least square fittings, you will find out the values. The equation thus developed is used for the determining the future values of the trips, knowing the estimated future values of the independent variable. As I said, that for those constants which are applied in this, you can find out it by least square technique and find out the magnitude of those values. Now, from the real-time case studies, I am going to discuss about two equations which are representing the multiple linear regression analysis. Here the factors are different in the different contexts, but you can study those trip production models which are implies in their futuristic computation of trips. So first is the trip production model for Mwanza in Tanzania, where y is equal to 0.369977 plus 0.7291072 plus 0.3818451 plus 1.0807343 log x4 base 10, where y determines the total trips produced per household, that is our dependent variable. If I'm talking about the independent variable, then in Mwanza they have opted x1 as average motorcycle and bicycle per household. Then x2 determines the average car ownership per household. Then x3 determines the average household size, and x4 determines the average monthly income per household. So they have catered four various variables which are dependent and which are influencing for the generation of trip, and thus I will produce a trip generation equation which are determining the multiple linear regression analysis. Now the second is the tree production model for Toronto, where y is equal to 0.318x1 plus 0.458x2 plus 0.89x3, where again y determines the total trip produced, or you can say generated at home on an average weekday. Here the calculation is something else. They have calculated the generation here, but the calculation has been determined on average weekday calculation, where x1 determines the population, that 5 years and the older one, then x2 determines the number of household, and x3 determines the number of cars that they have. So this is how they have produced the model for tree generation. In each and individual city, they have their own model, and based on that, the trip, or you can say travel demand forecasting, has been done. Now there are some assumptions in the multiple linear regression analysis. So just let me go through all those assumptions. Here, each of the independent variable is linearly related to the dependent variable. So assumption has been made that each of those independent variable are linearly associated with the dependent variable. Then all these independent variables are independent from each other. They have no relation between each other. Now, next is all the variables are normally distributed. Then all the variables are continuous in their form, and the influence of each independent variable is additive. Means the inclusion of each independent variable contributes a distinct portion of that trip members. Now, if I'm talking about the limitation of regression analysis, then the assumption is that there is a linear relationship between that we are making in the assumption. Then here you cannot find the survey errors, and sometimes you become biased for finding the futuristic values. Here the prediction of future values of independent variable has been done, and thus there is a limitation. Here the correlation between independent variable is also an issue. The values of regression coefficient determined may not remain stable over the period of time. So these are the limitation of regression analysis. Now, if I'm talking about the general form of this multiple linear regression equation for the two independent variable, then it is y is equal to a plus b1 x1 plus b2 x2, where a, b1 and b2 are constant, whereas x1 and x2 are independent variable and y is dependent variable. These are used for the consistency of regression, and correlation are determined by the various equations. These are those equations where you have to find out the b1 value, b2 value, a value, and by finding those value, I will form a trip generating equation, that is in the form of y is equal to a plus b1 x1 plus b2 x2. Now from these equation and the values, I will correlate in terms of R value. There is correlation of coefficient, that is R, and find out the validity of this equation. And for this you have to remember these 12 equations. Here these equations are. I'm not taking the values or the equations by name, but you can just remember it. Here the R value equation, that is coefficient of correlation, and for the computation of these values you have to remember this value as well. So this is how you can form the multiple linear regression analysis equation for the futuristic trip, and you can correlate with, or you can say validate with, the R value. So you have to remember all these 12 equations inclusive of this independent variable equation. That is why then total number of 13 equations are there. So I'm ending this multiple linear regression analysis and their equations. Now moving forward, the category analysis. Here the category analysis method is also called as a cross classification technique, as I told in my previous session, which consider the household as a fundamental unit of trip making. and all those trips are associated with the household only. It assumes that the number of trips that form a household is a stable function of three main characteristics or parameters. These are of household income, car ownership, and family structure. In this method, the basic household data is classified into relatively homogeneous separate categories. According to the household categories, and for each category, the average trip generation rate is calculated from the survey data that we have collected, and it is used in the estimation of future trips. Here the assumption has been made that the trip generation rate remains constant in the future as well. So let us understand few assumptions as well. Here the household is the fundamental unit in the trip generation process, as I said, and most of the trip begins or end in the response to requirement of the families. Then next is the trip generated by the household depends upon the characteristics of that household and its location relative to its facilities like shops, school, and the workplace. Here the household of different set of characteristics which produce the trips at different rates. Then only three factors are the prime important in the affecting the number of trips, and these are the household income, car ownership, and the family structure. Here the trip generation rates in a horizon year will be the same, and as in the base year, means the horizon year and the base year, the trip generation rates will be same. As I said that in future both will be same, and as long as the condition of external to the household are same in the base year. So these are the assumptions of category analysis. Next is the equation for category analysis. These equation mainly depends on the three factors. These are the household income, car ownership, and family structure. If I'm talking about the various classes of household income, it is of 6 classes, means the income less than 5,000 per annum. Then another category is 5,000 to 50,000 per annum. Then 50,000 to 2 lakhs. Then 2 lakhs to 5 lakhs. 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs and more than 10 lakhs. These are the three classes which categorize the household income. This is one of the factor among all these factors. Then there is second factor, that is car ownership, which are of in three layer or three levels. That is 0 means no car, 1 then 1 car and more than 1 car. So three levels are there: no car, 1 car and more than 1 car. Then further it classifies the family structures where there are 6 classes. If I distribute this zonal trip production, then the estimation has been made for the zonal trip production as Ti is equal to, which determines the number of trips in the produced by zone I, which is equal to summation of those category C in the function of HIC into TPC. And for the zonal trip attraction which are estimated is Tj, where the number of trip produced by zone J is equal to summation of all those categories C of BJC into TAC, where Ti is equal to number of trips produced by zone I, HIC is the number of household in the zone I in category C, then TPC is the trip produce rate of category C, then TJ, as I said, that is number of trip attracted to zone J, then BJC is nothing but number of employment opportunities in category C, then TAC is the trip attraction rate of employment category C. So this is the equation of category analysis. Now understand the advantages and disadvantages of category analysis technique. If I'm talking about the advantages, then it is simple concept of household trip making behavior. Then the technique categorize the household according to certain socio-economic characteristics and these appears as rational. Then unlike the regression analysis, no mathematical relationship is derived trip making and the household characteristics, and which are limited to the socio-economic behavior of that household. Then the computation are quite simpler here. Then the data from the census can be directly taken, and which ultimately saves the time, efforts and money spent on the home interview survey. And this is how you can just take those primary data from the census and make those analysis. If I'm talking about the disadvantages of category analysis technique, then there is no scope for the testing the statistical significance of those variables which I'm going to assume. These are of household income, car ownership and the family size. Then new variables cannot be introduced at a future date because these are limited up to 3 variables only. Then large samples are needed to assign trip rates to any one category. The technique normally makes use of those studies in the past made elsewhere and with broad corrections. This technique is also called as a cross check. So it is nothing but the validation of the other techniques which I am going to make. Clear? It is assumed that the income and the car ownership increases in the future, and in the category of these higher income and the higher car ownership are however the ones which are the least represented in the base year. In base year computation, you are not computing the higher income and the higher car ownership values, and this is how you won't get the proper result. So I'm ending this session here. I hope you have learned about the multiple linear regression analysis and the category analysis and with their equations. Thanks for watching this video.